Welcome back to Anaheim, California. Our live coverage of the Gonzaga Bulldogs in the Sweet 16 as they get ready for a rematch of last year's Sweet 16 game against the Florida State Seminoles that happened just down the road in Los Angeles, and unfortunately for Gonzaga, it ended their season. So, how's this year's matchup going to look? Obviously, Gonzaga's got some players that weren't in that game. Florida State has a lot of players that were in that game that aren't here anymore, but that doesn't mean that this team has gotten worse, because those big guys that caused so much problems for Gonzaga are all a year older and a year better. So the Zags say even though there's a few guys missing off this Florida State team, it's actually a tougher test than last year when they couldn't beat them.
They're honestly, I would say they're kind of the same, if not better, really. They still got that size, and, they're still just really, really physical. So I would say they've gotten even better since then.
I mean, they're a lot different, too. They're just a lot of guys are a year older and a year more mature. They have that same depth. Even though some guys graduated, more guys kind of stepped up and got things going. And, they're just a really aggressive team, and they play freely like always.
A lot of mutual respect between these two teams. Gonzaga obviously respects the Seminoles. Heck, they knocked them out of the tournament last year. They have to respect what they bring to the table. But that's just half the story. Arliss and Charleston has more with Florida State.
Keith, when we talked to Gonzaga today, the first thing that Josh Perkins said as to why the Zags lost to Florida State last year is that they played soft. Florida State made everything really tough if you were within 5 feet of the basket, but this is a different team this year, and the Seminoles know the Bulldogs are a different team. They didn't have to face Brandon Clark. They didn't have to face Killian Tilly or Gino Crandall or even the Rui Hachimura that we see today. They know it's the same round that they're meeting Gonzaga in, the same program, the same state, but a very, very different Bulldogs team.
I feel like this is a completely different matchup. It's probably going to be two different game plans for the two teams. I mean, we just got to come out there and play our game and do what we normally do.
Most definitely, like you said, different players, different team. People are much more improved. We have much more improved players. They have much more improved players. So we're just approaching it as a new game and just treating it as a normal game as the season went on. But it's not really a big thing to us. We're just going to approach it like any other game.
I'm very good. It's going to be a good test for our bigs and just our guards too, because we'll have to get down there in the post a little bit, so it'll be a good matchup for us.
Now, even though Gonzaga has the whole revenge thing going for them, every single Florida State player could not have been more excited to get on the floor against one of the nation's best. But Florida State is probably the best 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. Both teams have made serious improvements from last season. We'll see which team made more of an improvement coming up tomorrow afternoon. Keith?
Thank you, Alyssa. It's going to be a rematch for the ages. Gonzaga trying to turn the tables on the Seminoles. We'll see if they can get it done and reach the Elite Eight. Going to be a fun game here. Tip-off at 4:09. We'll see you.